Hello and welcome to 1 Hour SaaS. My name is Mubashir Iqbal. Everybody calls me Mubs. I'm building a SaaS business in just 1 hour a day, and this is hour number 27 of building podcast ping and uptime monitoring system for podcasters. A quick one today. Didn't spend even the full hour on this. I just had some other things to take care of. So I really just carried on from where I finished up yesterday, which was kind of getting the content for this page all kind of squared away. I did notice a couple of things here that needed to be fixed, namely the links for the login and the register stuff that I had were linking to just to the login page on what will eventually just be the marketing page, and I didn't want that. Because I want the login and the registration all to happen on the app side of the hosting. So I kind of fixed up the routes and the URL stuff so that when Laravel generates these links, it correctly links them to the app server instead. And then once that was done, I started thinking about this page here. What was just just the standard Jetstream stuff, and actually still ended up just being the standard Jetstream stuff. I was going to use one of these layouts from Tailwind UI, but I think what the Laravel folks built into Jetstream is just as it looks pretty much the same actually, and like the drop down and stuff I think is basically the same, and I think it's kind of a mixture of a few of these elements that they have. And so rather than like swapping it out just for the sake of swapping it out, I figured I would just run with it and just kind of stick with that instead. So then I just kind of moved this podcast listing from what I'd built previously in the podcast index and just kind of added it in here instead. And then you can obviously still view the actual podcast info, and this is going to change as well, but I haven't quite figured out what that's going to look like yet. So that was really all I did today, was just kind of reviewing my options for the application page, and then just ultimately just sticking with what I had, and then starting the work on kind of integrating this stuff. And I think this should be pretty straightforward from here. It's just going to be like following the sort of user flow and figuring out what they want to do and where we're going to implement that ability. For example, you can't remove a podcast right now, but we're probably going to add that onto this page somewhere, just so it's in a consistent place instead. But yeah, so that's about it for today. This is actually my second time recording this. Sorry if you tried to watch this earlier. I messed up the audio somehow and there was no audio, so figured I'd record it again. So thanks for sticking with it, and I will hopefully see you tomorrow and making some more headway.